Hello everyone. In today's video, we are going to find the position vector of the fourth coordinate of the parallelogram. Let's get started. The position vector of points A, B and C relative to an origin O are vector P, 2P plus Q vector and 4P minus 5Q vector respectively. Given that ABCD is a parallelogram, find the position vector of D in terms of P and Q. Given that T is the point whose position vector relative to O is 6P minus lambda Q and OBTC is a parallelogram, find the value of lambda. They have not given you the diagram. This is the diagram I have drawn for you. So I suppose that the origin is here. So they have given us the position vectors of A, B and C. Now I need to find out the position vector of D. So I have joined this with the origin. So now we have a triangle OAD. So if I apply the triangle law here to find out the vector OD, so OD will be written as OA plus AD. Now let's put the value here. So the vector OD can be written as OA plus AD vector. Now as you can see that the vector AD is parallel to the vector BC. So this can be written as OA plus BC vector. Now if I write down BC vector in the position vector form, this can be written as OC minus of OB vector. Now let's substitute the values here. OA is vector P plus OC is 4P minus of 5Q minus of OB vector, that will be 2P plus Q vector. Now let's open the bracket here. P plus 4P minus 5Q minus 2P minus Q vector. Now if I solve the vector P, if I combine this will be 5 minus 2 is 3P minus of, if I add Q, it will be minus 6Q vector. So from this 3 is common. So it will be P minus 2Q vector. So this will be the answer for your position vector of D. Now they have given you that OBTC is a parallelogram and they have also given you OT is 6P plus lambda Q. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to write down the position vector of vector D again. So I have joined it with the origin. So if I see in the triangle OCT, so the vector OT will be written as OC plus CT. Let's write it here. So the vector OT will be OC plus CT vector. Now as you can see that the CT vector is parallel to OB vector. So let's put the value here. So that will be OC plus OB vector. Now let's put the values here. OP is 4P minus of 5Q plus OB is 2P plus Q vector. Now let's add it P. So it will be 6P and if I add Q, it will be minus 4Q vector. Now we have both the values for OT vector. So what I'm going to do, I'm equate both the values. So let's equate it. So 6P plus lambda Q will be equal to 6P minus of 4Q. Now, if I equate the value for Q, my value for lambda is equal to minus 4. That will be your answer for lambda. Let's see one more example. ABCD is a parallelogram whose diagonals meet at the point M and the position vectors of A, B and C relative to an origin O are A, B and C respectively. Find the position vector of D and M in terms of A, B and C. Now we have to find out the position vector of D. So they have not given you the diagram. This is the diagram I have drawn for you. So I have made the origin O here. So I have joined OA, OB and OC. Now I need to find out the position vector of D. So I have joined it with the origin. Now we have the triangle OAD. So the OD will be written as OA plus AD. Let's write it here. OD will be written as OA plus AD vector. Now as you can see that the vector AD is parallel to the vector BC. So let's change it here. So that will be OA plus BC vector. Now, if I write down the BC vector in the position vector form, that will be written as OA plus OC minus of OB vector. Let's substitute the values here. OA is vector A plus OC is vector C, OB is minus vector B. So that will be your answer for the position vector of D vector. Now, we have to find out the position vector of M. So I have joined M with the origin O. So as you can see, you have done it in two ways. You can see in the triangle OAM also. You can see in the triangle OMC also. So I'm going to do it right now with OMC. So OM vector will be written as OC plus CM vector. So let's put the values here. OM will be written as OC plus CM vector. Now, CM vector, as we know that M is the midpoint of AC. So CM will be half of CA vector. Let's put the value OC plus half of CA vector. Now, if I write down the CA vector in terms of the position vector form, that will be written as half of OA minus of OC vector. Let's open the bracket first. That will be written as half of OA minus of half of OC vector. If I combine OC vector, OC bracket of 1 minus half plus half of OA vector. After simplifying, that will be half of OC plus half of OA vector. Half is common. So that will be OC plus OA vector. Let's substitute the value here. That will be half of vector C plus vector A here. So that will be your answer for the position vector of vector M. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed my video. Don't forget to like, subscribe and leave a comment down below. Bye-bye everyone.